So everybody who's new here, just to give an idea of the format that we follow, first half an hour, 40 minutes will be, if anybody has any questions regarding inner child healing or a specific something that you're going in your life, that Dr. Kirti will help you to connect with what part of your inner child causes that. And then the last 15 to 20 minutes, she will take us through an inner child healing meditation, which will, again, depending on the kind of questions that come up and the kind of energy that the group carries at that point of time, she'll come up with the topic. So if anybody has any topic or anything, any question, any query, please go ahead.
Can I ask?
Sure.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I guess it's Monday, so everybody must be busy with starting gearing up for the week. So, Dr. Kirti, if you could please talk about, considering our last time's discussion, soul contracts, if you could throw in more light on that as a topic, and how does it in turn work with inner child also, and if soul contracts can be broken or moved out, if there is abuse, one can break it and move out. What are the rules and regulations, if I can call it? What are the, rules basically, how does it work, please?
Okay. So when you come to soul contract, I'll explain you in a very, very simple way. If you go out for a trip, if you plan a trip, what you'll do, you'll just first you'll try to understand where do you want to go for a trip, and whether it is national, whether it is international, and then you'll plan how to go to it. So you'll first one thing that you'll keep in your mind is your budget as well. So you keep the budget in the mind, you'll plan a trip, and then towards the trip, you will plan, okay, I want to go whether national, international. If international, obviously the ticket charges are different. If you're going national, then you have many opportunities, like either you can go roadways, you can go by train, or you can go by flight, or you can decide by road. So there are many options towards it. In the same way, when you come onto the earth, you plan before you come, like where do I want to take birth, why I want to take the birth, what all I need to complete before I end the life. And here the ticket, okay, when you talk about ticket and the budget, that is your karmic stories. So the soul contract is about to complete all the karmic stories that you have started in any of the previous life. Plus, in this life, when you come down, you cannot come down only with the previous life. You also have to start and take something new for your learning, or maybe for your knowledge or for your wisdom. It completely depends on person to person. So in the same way, when you talk about soul contract, it is about the contract between the group of people or maybe a single person. If you come down, as I told you before also, suppose the person want to feel unloved. The person cannot feel unloved by itself. It needs somebody. So first of all, the person has to take birth through someone. Right? So whether the person has been abandoned or the person has been brought up by the parents, there will be a constant feeling of unloved into the child since birth. So this feeling is coming either from the parents or the people around the child. So this soul contract is the people who make the person feel unloved. That is the soul contract. And if suppose the person has to overcome the soul contract, the person has to understand why the person is going through unloved feeling, what was the need of that, what is the learning towards it, and how to overcome that. So to overcome and to understand the learning, either the person will experience something through the soul that will change the perception of the person completely, or the person will take some spiritual help, or maybe a counselor, or maybe someone that will help the person to overcome certain things. So even going through the negative emotion of unloved, the person needs someone. And overcoming also, it has to go certain things. So whether it is negative or positive, whether it is good or whether it is bad, everything is a soul contract here. So suppose if you go to a grocery store to buy some groceries, even that is a soul contract. Okay, if I go there, I need so and so things, I need so and so people. So everything that happens in your life is pre-planned. There is nothing called as coincidence. So when everything is pre-planned, then everything has been put into the contract. Whether it is, minor contract, it could be very minor contract, or it could be very major contract. So with certain people, you see that even though I try so much, it is not happening. But for certain people, it will like fraction of second, you will be able to overcome certain things. So that depends on what kind of contract you have taken here. But soul contract is with each and everyone. So now when I'm talking to you and into the group, this is also a soul contract. Soul contract towards knowledge and wisdom, soul contract towards healing. So when Deepti is organizing everything, this is a soul contract. So we had a soul contract. Okay, these are the so and so people we want to overcome. So one person will organize, one person will teach, another person will overcome certain things. So everything is pre-planned according to the soul, and the pre-planning is called a soul contract. Very simple. And when you talk about ifs and buts towards soul contract, I say there is no ifs, there is no buts towards it, and there is no certain rule towards it. When you plan, when you have a contract, you go accordingly. But using the free will and with your willpower, you can delay the contract, or you can sometimes pre-do the contract. That can happen, and that again depends if you have the slot to do that. So this is how the soul contract goes into a person life, and it is same for each and everyone around.
For example, please, pre and post, you said delay. How can you delay? And delay, that means it has to be completed even at a later stage.
Yes. So the delay here is about, suppose, the person has the fear. The person has to overcome fear. So fear is certain emotion that it is not easy for the person to overcome many times. Okay. Or suppose the person is going through the emotion of betrayal. So it is very hard for the person to come to the emotion of trust. So what they will do, they will keep on postponing it. Okay. If not now, okay, let me go. Let me see again later. Or maybe, no, I'm not ready to overcome this. Maybe I'm not ready to trust. Because whenever I trust, I experience betrayal. So it's better not to trust. So this kind of thing, when soul will do, there is a possibility of delay of the contract, but it cannot be delayed to the larger extent, to the minimum extent. Suppose when you're going into the flight, sometime what will happen, especially with the Indigo, what we see, either it is pre or it is post. On time, it's there, but many times we have seen with the Indigo, it's almost pre, 5-10 minutes either before, or it could be, it could be delayed also. So in that way, in the same way, even soul will give you little freedom towards it. Okay, chalo, theek hai, I'll just try once again. I'll give a little more time to understand. But when you are crossing your limit, that means if you're beyond the time and you're not ready to understand, then that is the point that, you will get a huge experience that will put you completely upside down. And you cannot delay anything after that. So this is how the soul contract little bit can be here and there.
And in connection to the same, last question is that how do we get aware of this? Because see, there can be certain patterns, and according to you, you are working on it, right?
Yes.
But it's still repetitive. So how do you know that this is my pattern and I need to change that?
See, we have already discussed this many times, that when you're going with the flow, okay, so when you're going with the flow and you feel energetic and good about it, that is where you will know that, okay, you are into the contract. But suppose if you feel that things are not working for you, and if you feel that, I'm feeling very low, I'm feeling very depressed, or I feel, there is energy loss, or intuitively something is saying that, no, this is not right. So suppose if you drive and you suddenly see that, you are onto the wrong road, so suddenly you will feel, I think this is not the correct road. Let me check. Let me, recheck before I move forward. Yeah? So that time you'll take U-turn and you'll come back. In the same way, when you're going with the flow, they inside you, there will be a feeling, okay, this is what it is. So when you're going with the flow and you feel good about it, it doesn't matter the emotion is good or bad. Okay? When you feel good and you will feel that, okay, I'm moving somewhere in my life. That is the place you can understand that you're onto the correct path. But if you're feeling too drained, you're feeling depressed, you're not feeling good about anything that is happening around you, that means you're already into the point where you need to understand where you're getting wrong, why, and where you need to overcome. Simple. But usually what will happen with the soul contract is that slowly with the baby step, you will understand where to go, how to go. And in that age doesn't matter. For some people, it could be at the starting stages that person will feel, okay, this is what right for me, or this is what wrong for me, or they could feel that, okay, I've done with this certain experiences, I can go to another experience. But in certain ages, like certain people, they will only understand that they need to overcome something that is only after might be 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. So here it does not go according to the age. It will only go according to how many experiences you have to go through before you overcome that. And for some people, once you overcome, and that is the only thing of your life, then you can go towards the process of either the transformation or the enlightenment also. Or it could be, the person ending its life on itself. So everything that you experience and you're going through is a soul contract. But if you're feeling too drained, if you're feeling very lethargic, you're feeling lazy, if you're falling sick again and again, and things are not happening for you properly, then you need to understand where you need to stop, and you need to recheck what is there inside you. One part of the life must be working for you, maybe another part of the life is not working for you. So it does not mean that if one part of the life is not working, that means everything is not working around you. But there is a possibility that into different areas of the life, you will have different experiences, and according to the different experiences, you need to understand in which and where, which part of the thing you need to stop. It's keep it very simple in your mind. I just let go. I allow myself to move towards my soul's highest and best. Keep on affirming this. Automatically, you will see a lot of changes in your life. Okay? You're on mute if you're saying something.
Thank you. Thank you so much, doctor. You
You're
always make
welcome.
it so simplified. It sounds so great after, but then after the lecture, we're back to square one. It's like that.
See, that is the reason we are starting with the healing sessions. That is the
Right.
reason we are open
Yeah.
for the healings.
Yeah.
So that what has surfaced here, you can go, you can come and you can remove it off, or you can
True.
integrate it what is needed. Okay?
Noted.
This is like a knowledge. Then after that, it's like a wisdom.
True. True. Can you please repeat the affirmation again? I'll just jot it down.
Yeah. So I let go. I let go of what is not needed in my life. And the another affirmation is I allow my soul to move towards its best.
To move towards its highest good will also do, right?
Yeah, you can say this or this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so since nobody else has put up their hand, I'll ask a question, something that very often I get when I'm speaking to people, that people know
Okay.
that what they are doing was something that they were supposed to do, but now they feel that that is over and now they should be doing something
Okay.
else. So there's a lot of restlessness in people, but they don't
Okay.
know what next. That's something which is
Okay.
this is a kind of conversation which in the last 1 year I've been having with a lot of people, that they're very restless, where they feel that, okay, now things have come to a stage where we need to move to the next step, but they don't know what is that next step.
Okay. Yes, yes, yes. It happens. So your question is that how to handle such people, or what
So
is
in the
the
sense, what is
confusion
it that those
about?
people are going through?
Okay. Okay. So when people think that, there are many things, but I don't know what next, that means they are feeling lost. Okay? Either they are feeling lost or they are not able to trust to move towards something new. So when the person is feeling lost, that means the person is holding lot of choices in the mind. Hmm? And when the person is holding lot of choices in the mind, they will land up nowhere. Hmm? Or maybe this could also be possible that, you know, when they are not able to trust something new, so they'll feel that, you know, it's like a fear of unknown, what is happening next. So that is also the point when person will feel, okay, what to do now or what's next. And one more possibility towards it, when the person is feeling what to do next, is they are not yet finished with the previous things. So there are many things in the previous that they need to let go. They need to integrate themselves from the past, and they need to also integrate and grow themselves until the current situation. And when they are completely collecting themselves back and they are back into that wholeness, then it will be very clear for them to what the next step is. So the next step will be automatically guided by the soul here. So as you heard, there are three possibilities. Either they are not yet finished with the past, they need to, there's lot of drainage of the energy, and there's lot of disintegrity of the person has happened, so they are not able to know where to move forward now. Second, that they are feeling very lost because of lot of choices in the mind, and they have not yet completed the previous lessons. Okay, so the difference between the previous thing and now is, when you don't complete your lessons, so you feel so fed up of the same emotion coming up and up, that you feel the flight mode of the body and you don't want to feel what is happening, and you feel lost. And that is where you will know what to do next. And in the first point, what I was trying to say is the disintegrity of the inner children, disintegrity of your consciousness, that is not allowing, because before you collect yourself, you won't be able to move forward in your time positively and energetically here. And the third thing what I told about was the trust issues. So there's a lot of trust issues, that is fear of unknown. I don't know what is going to happen next. I'm not ready for the unknown thing that is happening or coming into my life. So this could be the 3 points, and there could be also this could be the root points that I'm talking about. But person may come with some other projecting problems that you need to understand, and then guide them accordingly. Mm?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
So yeah, because I don't know, I find that there's a lot of restlessness in people these days. Whether it's because
Yes,
of the
sir.
lockdown, it's because of the situation that's happening, the uncertainty, but there's a lot of restlessness in people, that what next now? What do I do next?
True, true.
So
That is happening big time even with the kids now. So when I'm doing counseling, I'm seeing that kids who have done completed the 10th standard, even before the lockdown last year, I'm telling you. So they are great at their academics. They have been the toppers, but still they're feeling what to do next, because we have given our 100% in the 10th standard, or maybe 12th boards and all. Now I don't know what to do next, so I don't want to move forward in my, because I'm bored of the studies. So it's not only with the people who are already grown up, or they are cross the teenage, or maybe they're into the middle age, or maybe the old age, but it is also happening majorly and largely with the kids also, like teenagers and newly youth and all. It is happening with them also. Even they are feeling very lost. They are feeling as if nothing is left in the life, and
right,
they feel so confused about what to do in life. So that confusion is happening because there is no proper direction and clarity. What they feel, again here it comes about trust. Okay? What they feel, if I choose this particular thing, and if I'm earning so and so, then there is a possibility that what someone else is earning is better than what I do. The trust on themselves, the confidence and trust is not there in the people now, the new generation now. Hmm. They need to understand that how they need to trust with what they are doing, and how they can create miracles towards whatever they are into. So that need to happen. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And Namita has the next question.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
So I wanted to understand, like you just mentioned that, sometimes we are doing things that we are not wanting to do. Like, we feel we're not in the flow, we're still doing things. So for me, what happens is that, somewhere I'm unable to say no to people, you know, and when I say no, I don't feel good about myself. Like, for
Hmm.
example, like how, like with the help of social media and everything, like you've become very, like people are very connected to each other, and there's so many things popping up, because of which there's so
Yes.
much distraction. And when you're not able to meet up with the expectations of so many people, so when I
Mhm.
say no, first of all, like, there's a lot of resistance in saying no. But when I
Yes.
get the courage to say no, then somehow either it comes out in the form of anger, or like, I don't know how to say no in a healthy way.
Mhm.
Can you help
Yes.
me with that?
Yes, definitely. So when the person, like when it comes to you or it comes to anyone around, many of the, like more than 50% of the population does not know how to say no in a positive say. 50% also, I'm saying less only, it could be more than 70%. Hmm? So the reason why we doesn't want to say no, or maybe we don't know how to say no, because if when you're like, if I typically go with the inner child thing, so it is all about your parent always wanting to hear yes from you. And when you say no, suppose if you're eating and if they're feeding you and you say no, I'm done, I'm full, what they say, that emotional guilt is created in the child. I cooked for you, I did so much effort for cooking for you, please eat one bite, please have half bite, and all, like it's like, so it's like going on and on process with the parents. Okay, but whenever they want something for the kids, there will be a lot of emotional drama around. So I know it is the cutest thing to do, but that is creating lot of information in the child's brain that, boss, I cannot say no. Hmm? If I say no, I'm offending my parents. And if I'm doing that, I'm not loyal to them. So loyalty is the basic issue here. We have associated this simplicity of saying no with the loyalty towards somebody. So when
Also
you get
guilt.
loyalty, you're not
Okay.
able to say no because you're feeling loyalty towards someone, or maybe you feel that, okay, if I say no, maybe I'm hurting them. So when it is coming, first it started with loyalty with the parents. Hmm? Then slowly it became your habit, your personality towards it. But when you say no, that is where the guilt is coming here. Before saying no, guilt is not there. But after saying no, guilt is there. But you're not understanding that if you say no, you must have created guilt for your own self. It could be once, twice, thrice. Then fourth or fifth time when you're saying no, you will start feeling good about it. But every time you're not saying no, what you're doing here, you're betraying your own self. You're choosing someone else before you. So when you choose someone else before you, it says clearly that you are not important, or you are not worth of keeping your point when it comes to someone else. So it is self-betrayal here. There are only very primitive emotions, are very few. They, it gets add on with some other emotions every time they go with. So very clearly you're giving a message to yourself and your inner child is that I'm not worth in front when it comes to someone else. So self-betrayal. So self-betrayal again creates the anger. But if you're saying no, there is a guilt, and guilt will again create the anger. In both the way, you're creating anger here. In both the ways, you're creating some negative emotion for yourself. But when you start saying no in a healthier way, you will feel once or twice, you will feel that guilt in you. Okay. But once you understand what you did was right, and that was needed at that point of time, slowly you will see that instead of guilt, you will start enjoying to create boundaries between you and someone where you needed to say no. So the better thing is, like, how people say, bitter truth is better than the sugar coated lie. So with what will happen with the bitter truth, after some time, maybe that at that point of time it didn't work, but after some time you will see it is working now. Simple as that. So next time when you have to say no, first say to yourself, is it worth not saying no? Is it worth for my own self? If yes, just go with it. Nothing will, no other question will come in your mind next. But if it says no, it is not worth saying no, then you need to ask why. And who is saying this no? Is this the adult of today, or is it the inner child that is creating, this illusion in your mind? No, you can't say no, because it's a matter of loyalty, it's a matter of authority here. So understand that second point, then you take a decision on that. Hmm? Is it clear to you?
Yeah, it's very clear. In fact, I was going to ask you, what about like a positive thing? Like for example, like meditation. I know that meditation is good for me, but sometimes, that inner child does not want to meditate. So then,
Yes.
but then, like I push myself to do it. Like I am betraying myself, but it's good for me. So what do I do?
Yes. So if you feel that, I'm betrayal myself, but I need to do meditation, because it is here is you and yourself. Okay. So at this point of time, when you wanted to meditate, but your inner child is saying no, then you need to understand why. Is this inner child feeling restricted with the meditation? Or there's something, some attention that inner child is looking for before you go into that deep enlightenment? Yeah? So when you understand what inner child is looking for here, what is the need of the inner child, and you complete that, then slowly you will see that your inner child is cooperating and getting integrated every time you meditate. And another thing that comes here is, like, if you're meditating, okay, and if you're not liking the meditation, then if you're not able to talk to your inner child, and if you're not able to come to that win-win point with the inner child, so second method could be, you can say to inner child that I hear you, I know you are here and you're not liking me to do the meditation, but still I will, I request you to be quiet for some time. I'll complete my meditation, I'll come back to you. So if you're doing 15 minutes of meditation, complete it 15 minutes of meditation and put it another 5 minutes for your inner child. Sorry. So you need to go back to the inner child and you need to ask to the inner child, what is that you're looking for? Have that conversation with your inner child. Instead of pushing yourself, put that inner child into the safe place, like maybe sitting beside you, feeling absolutely safe. Say to inner child that I'm here for you. I hear you. I love you. But let me know that what you're looking for so that I can do it for you. And then I can integrate you into my own self because you're part of me. So this is the two methods that you can use when it is happening in this way.
Wow, so nice of you. Do you also teach, Dr. Kirti?
Yeah, I do teach it. Yeah.
Yeah, you look like a born teacher.
Thank you so much. Mm.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you for your answer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
There's a question in the chat by Seema.
okay.
What it is like going with the flow? Because I think this is in continuation to what she had asked before.
Yes.
How do you know that yes, you're on the right path? And you had said that if you're going with the flow. So she wants to know
First of
what it
all,
is.
yeah. First of all, Seema, there is nothing called as right and wrong into the world. It has been created by the people around it. Okay, this is right, this is wrong, and for everybody does not suit. Okay, so when there is a male and when there is a female, they have different body structures. They have different way of excretion. They have different ways into their own self. Okay? So in the same way, you cannot say that because if I'm a female, if I dress up like this, being a male, even you need to dress the same way. Hmm? So there is nothing called as right and wrong. For every person, there is a different life, different situation, different learning, and there is different kind of experiences they go through. So going to the flow, it completely depends on your mind. So if you feel that, if I'm into the flow, okay, and I'm reaching somewhere, that is the flow. But if you feel stuck, nothing is happening in your life, that is where you're not into the flow. Simple. Whether it is negative, whether it is positive, when you're moving, it is a flow. Whether it is negative, whether it is positive, if you're not moving, that is called a stuck. As simple as that. So what you need to do here is, if you feel stuck and if you feel the same emotion coming again and again in your life, that means you're stuck into the loop of emotion. So you need to break the cycle there. But if you're going with the flow and you're seeing different experiences and different emotions in your life, and every time you feel that, every time you overcome that, either you have lost yourself behind, or maybe you've integrated a lot of things and you're feeling more of yourself when you move forward. So losing yourself could be, discarding yourself and just going with the flow. But if you understand and if you've integrated yourself and then moving forward, it is like a positive flow, that you have integrated yourself, you have learned everything, and you're ready for the next. So there is no
So,
particular
doctor,
black and white
how,
rule.
sorry, I'm just asking in connection, how do you integrate yourself? Because you constantly use the word disintegration, right? In a child issue hota hai where there is disintegration.
Yes,
Now,
yes,
considering that disintegration, even as adults, like you said, see, everybody's life will have some or the other issue, right? Kuch na kuch
yes,
aayega, where as
yes,
a human they might feel they are unable to overcome whichever biggest top the person is. Okay.
yes.
um, there will be a speed breaker which they feel they cannot cross, and then they go to they somehow overcome that, right? So that time also, I'm presuming disintegration is happening. But then how does one integrate, how do we humans integrate ourselves in, even as an adult, I'm asking? But
Yes. So integration is the healing process that we're talking about. Disintegrity is losing your energy, your inner children, at the certain age when you felt, maybe frozen, maybe unloved, maybe rejected, whatever emotions you must have felt. So when you disintegrate, so when you're leaving the part of that and moving forward. So when disintegrate is happening, you need to go there. You need to remove the emotions, that is the charge towards the situation, and integrate that inner child into you. So this is where, if either you can try by yourself. As I told you just now that, go and talk to that inner child if you know which inner child it is. Otherwise, what you can do is you can take a professional help where the therapist will help you to connect to the inner child and integrate the inner child into you. Simple. Again, it's very simple. So what we feel that everything is very difficult, but one affirmation if you do, everything is easy and simple. I can do it. That is where you will see that you're getting the courage either to do it by yourself or to go with a professional. In whichever way your soul contract is, you will be guided. Intuitively, you will be guided towards it. Is it clear?
yes, got it. And one more question that I had asked, I'll
Hmm.
just read it out. So, if
Okay.
inner child affects all, how are some people so easily able to live, out of it? Because doesn't their trauma work against them? Because some people seem to, maneuver. See, like you had said, Dr. Kirti, that everybody, at least I remember on the first time you had said 80% of people have inner child issues, or more
No,
than
no,
that,
no.
or
100% of the people.
100%. Great. So
Yes.
if that is the case, then
Hmm.
how are some people so sorted, whereas they have zero connection with spirituality? And this I don't say with any ego, or any jealousy or anything. I'm just trying to understand that how
Hmm.
are these people who look so sorted, and look, I have put it in capital letters because they look okay. It can be Instagramish also, fake, I don't know. Okay. But some people look very sorted, and I mean, I don't know them closely, but what happened to their inner child? What happened to their traumas, and how are they so great that they've been able to come out so easily? I just want to understand on a
So
very
you
lighter note.
you have only answered your question. I don't know them very closely, but they look very sorted. So that is your perception. But you never know what is going on within them into their life, and what is actually running into their minds. So some people, they are very close to show what is actually happening in their life. So they project to the world that everything is sorted. We are so happy and everything is fine in our life. But some people, they will, they're okay showing to the people that everything is not fine in their life. So when you talk about inner child, it's inner child is mandatory with anyone around. Okay, even the God who has taken avatar onto the earth, even for them it happened. Okay, so the thing is, like, some people, they will have a lot of willpower. Again, it completely depends on the soul contract what they have come with. So some people will have that lot of willpower to let go of the things and move forward positively, even though there are thousands of the hurdles in their life. But some people, they don't feel that kind of willpower. They try to play victim always. So these people does not show that they are victim, and some people will show that they are victim. That is the only difference between both the group of the people. But if you see closely, if you go closely, okay, you might be knowing minimum to minimum 100 of the people closely. Okay, so in that 100 of the people, do you find anyone being absolutely sorted and clear in their life? The answer will be no. Something or the other will be there in their life that they are not happy with. We are into the dual world. So we will always be into the duality. So we'll project something, we will be something. So there is always duality in everything that a person do. So when you talk about the people who are sorted, it is not that they are sorted. It is only about whether they are. First thing you need to keep in your mind that every spiritual being come onto the earth and take a human form. Human beings are not going towards spirituality. Spiritual beings are coming onto the earth into the human form. So some are aware of the spirituality from within, some are not aware of the spirituality at all, and some are, they forget. It's like memory loss after coming onto the earth. So they come into the spirituality and they learn. It's like schooling towards spirituality. But everyone has its spirituality within them, whether they know it, whether they are not, they are unaware of it here. So it has nothing to do with spirituality. It has everything to do with what you feel at this moment. Are you okay? Are you not okay? Are you ready to move? Are you not ready to move? What is there in your mind? What are your plans? What are your goals? And how you are working towards it? Everything depends on them. So intellectual people, they doesn't want to feel emotion. They will keep on moving in their life. So they will have physical diseases more than, emotional issues. But when people are operating from the heart, okay, they will show their emotions out. So you feel, okay, this person is going through so much. But both of them are going through the same thing. One is suppressing, one is expressing. That is the only difference in a person life. Hmm? Is it clear?
Very, very well explained. Thank you so much, Doctor.
You're welcome.
Dr.
Right.
Kirti, I have a question. That is,
Yes.
growing up, after 8th standard, I started having a lot of self-sabotaging thoughts and self-beating. So
Hmm.
and for that, I have damaged a lot of my own things. So I want to
Hmm.
know why that happens, and is it rooted to any childhood problem or something? Or
Yes, definitely. It is rooted to childhood problem where you're feeling rebel. So when the person feel rebel, they will do all these things. Either they will, um, the thing is, like, the person, as I told, there are two kind of categories. One is suppression, one is expression. So in the same way, when you are rebelling, so again it falls into two categories, like, either you will damage someone else or the stuff around you, or you will damage yourself, or you can do the both also. So when you're sabotaging your own self, that means there is a huge rebel and PAB in you. PAB is passive aggressive behavior. So this passive aggressive behavior is almost there in everyone around, but it depends upon the intensity of passive aggressive behavior. So what you're doing here, you're sabotaging your body physically. Some people, they do it emotionally. Some people, they will not allow themselves to grow, and they will do it financially. Some people, they do and project certain things in the relationships. So, and it could be more than one or two areas also. So sabotage is one thing, that is passive aggressive behavior that comes into the rebel category. It depends on person to person what they're doing, but little or more, like, so in some people it could be 1%, some people it could be 100%. So for you it is the largest extent, because somewhere you have a huge, damaged inner child here, wounded inner child here, that has lot of issues with the self. So these self issues could be created by the parents, or it could be created by the caretakers around you. But it cannot be beyond that. Or sometimes, you don't have to disclose online if it is the point. But many people, what we have seen, that if the person has gone through the abuse, okay, it could be sexual abuse or it could be some other abuse, but large number of the people, when they have gone through sexual abuse, they do all these things. Okay, so sabotaging physically, hurting themselves physically, it happens in that way. Or second point, it could be, a huge emotional trauma that has happened into the childhood. That is the only way the personality of you. So passive aggressive behavior, PAB. So P is for the parent, A is for the adult, and B is for the bacha. So that bacha in you is so traumatized that, it started, वो if you heard the dialogue in that Maricon movie कि किसी को इतना भी मत डराओ कि उसके अंदर से डर ही खत्म हो जाए. So what you're doing before you do damage me, I will damage myself. Cut, 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 cut. Yeah? So this could also be the reason. If you are going through this thing, I will definitely suggest you to, as soon as possible, go for the healings and bring yourself back into your own energy where you stop doing this.
Yeah, doctor, I am taking Reiki, and whatever you told, I could relate myself to that. It was a childhood emotional trauma that I got to know after I started taking the Reiki.
Yes, yes.
Mm.
So you need to completely relate to the child, and the child may take a lot of time because you need to have a lot of patience towards this child. If you see a glass, it's full, but when the glass is getting broken on the floor, there'll be many pieces, smaller, larger, many pieces of the glass, right? So you have to collect each and every piece to become one again, and it need a lot of time and patience also in this case. Hmm?
Yes.
All the best for
So,
that.
so,
Yeah, yeah,
doctor, inner child can heal all these issues. I mean,
definitely.
listening to that, that kind of scared me away.
Yes, it can help you with lot of issues to overcome. Inner child and constellations can help you a lot with this.
Okay.
Because inner child, what will happen? You have to relieve the same emotion again. But if you're not ready for that, so you can take a help of constellation, family constellation or systematic constellations that will help you to come out of it largely. Then slowly, slowly, you can, through the inner child, you can collect yourself back again. It becomes much easier for you to collect them. And you will see
Okay.
major difference in you.
Okay, doctor. Thank you. Thank you for your advice.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, Madhurima.
Hi, good evening. I don't know if we still have time, but I just thought of a question. So I thought I'll ask Dr. Kirti. So I have a lot of people I know, Dr. Kirti, in my life, friends and, associates, and a lot of people who I have come to know that they have had inner child issues. Most of them have had abuse in terms of, being hit by a parent or being sexually abused by a relative and things like that. And they have never gone and healed that part of them. They feel that, yeah, I've overcome it, but actually they have not gone through any kind of healing, any kind of therapy or anything, and they are not even ready to go for it even now as adults. But whenever I have tried to help them, they have come back and said, no, we have made peace with our past and we are fine. But it is clearly visible how much they are compromising. And somewhere I feel that, they have just shut that part of their past and they are just living right now. But a lot of these traits, a lot of these things are still there as a physical manifestation, as emotional manifestation. They all are there, but they're just so close to this entire, fact that they don't even want to go
Yes.
back to that path. So, when you have people around who are suffering, but they don't want to accept that they are suffering and they think, no, no, I'm at peace and, I'm living a very good life. So, how do we try, help them, or how do we try and make them understand the damage that they are, sitting on, and how they can help themselves? If you can throw some light on this.
Yes. So first thing is like when they say I'm peace, I'm at peace. Okay. And if you can feel, if you can sense there's something wrong there. So here, first thing is that you need to understand which inner child is getting related to those traumas. So you need to understand which part of me is getting related to this and why I'm so concerned about the issues they're going through. So this is one part of the story. And another part of the story is when they say we are at the peace and we don't want to address what has happened and we have already overcome that. If there is a problem in their life, so suppose there is a sexual trauma and the person is not good at the relationship part, so there is a possibility that they must be having, happily married, but the intimacy part is missing in the life, or maybe they're not ready to get closer to the partner after a certain time. So something or the other will happen in their life. So this is how they're sabotaging their own life. So if you see such traces, that means they are not at the peace yet. And when you say that they have been gone through physical abuse, like beaten up and all, so what they do, either they will start beating themselves, that what throughout the life. So whenever something happened, they like bang, 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 banging their head, meri galti hai, main aisi hu, main waisa hu, all that kind of trauma will start around them. Otherwise, okay, so if suppose the person has gone through a lot of tantrums towards their needs and their wants and all, So the person might be, not allowing them to grow properly in the finances. So either relationship issue or financial issue, if none of them, as we have spoken before, some people express, some people suppress. Suppose they have suppressed everything into the body and they are not ready to take charge of what has happened in their life, then they will go through a lot of health issues. So if you're seeing issues in their life, that means they are not at peace. They need to help towards it. But if everything
Yes,
is okay
yes.
and
So the
fine, then
person, yes, so the person who I'm saying, who is a cousin of mine, and he has been
okay,
sexually abused when he was a child, around 10, 11 years old. And
yeah,
he has never been able to be in a committed relationship with women, though he
yes,
has been married for around some 16, 18 years. He has a teenage son himself. He has had series of extramarital relationships, and
yes,
so he is married, and with his wife is different, but he has strings of relationships outside. And when
yes,
that's when I told him that somewhere you need to go back and heal, he's like, no, that has no connection. So obviously I couldn't tell, because it's family. So people tend to not take things and discuss things and things like that, but I could see the what is
yes,
happening.
yes. So
And
when
the
the
other
person,
person also is a relative, and he had a traumatic childhood, and the same is being now in his relationship with his child, and they are undergoing relationship counseling. But I told, that's where I told him, because he's my relative, not his wife, that somewhere
yes,
you need to also go and address back your childhood issues. And he was like,
yes,
no, it's normal hai, parents will hate children, but
yes,
somewhere because it's visible, it's very much
yes.
visible.
So with your the cousin you have spoken about, the sexual abuse, and then he's having multiple relationships, like he's always outside relationship of
Yes,
the partner.
yes, yes.
So that happens when the person feels unloved, and that the person feels that I'm not important in someone's life, in the parent side especially. And when the abuse, the sexual abuse has happened, that physical touch has happened onto the body. Sexual abuse is what, the physical touch on the body. For the child, it is love and touch and importance. The child will not understand it is abuse. After the child grow, to the certain age, to understand that it was an abuse. So at that time, if the child has enjoyed the trauma, like it could be the first time, or the child has given the body to someone because the child has felt unloved or maybe rejected or maybe not important in parents' life. So when they have this feeling and they get the sexual abuse, so that is the point when person relate itself to, if, oh my God, I'm important, and that importance is coming with the, because somebody is coming and touching my body, and that is where I'm feeling important, that is where I'm feeling loved. So it becomes a pattern in their mind.
Correct,
So when
correct.
it
And
becomes
that
the
is,
pattern,
yes,
they go
yes.
and they have relationship outside.
Yeah, yeah. Because I think
And
that is, he has also accepted that,
yes,
maybe you can't call it a ego satisfaction or whatever. He's like,
yes,
I feel good because I am in charge of the women now. So,
yes.
something like that.
And why outside, not with the wife? Because the parent are inside and the abuse is outside. So it's beyond the parents. Parent has not done the sexual abuse. Someone else has done. So my wife is
Yes,
inside. It's
yes,
my
yes.
own property. But I like trespassing some other's property. It's in that way.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Thank
So it's
you.
like, and when second cousin you're talking about, it is normal, because as we have discussed in the previous session, the same thing. When the child gets beaten up, it has what they receive, they give it back. So he's received that kind of, that love is equal to beating. So it's okay to beat the children, because that is my way of showing love. I'm concerned about my child. So this is how it becomes the
Correct,
pattern.
correct, correct.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Okay, I think we go on to the meditation as it's 9:50.
Yes, sir.
Let's do that. And before we start, just I think since there are some few new people here today, just to announce that we have an inner child healing program starting from 9th June. It's a 7-day program, 9th to 15th June, where she'll be covering very specific topics. It'll be more intense than what we do in these group healings. Topics like anger to calmness, guilt to freedom, betrayal to trust, and 7 such topics. I'll put it up in the chat in case anybody wants to sign up for that. Please DM me, or I've put the link for registration in the chat itself. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Timing is 7 to 7:30 evening. Okay. So because Seema has a lot of questions towards integrity, what is integrity, what is like soul flow, what is soul contract, what is the flow of the life and all. So today we'll understand one thing towards the soul contract. Is everyone ready for that?
Thank you, doctor. Thank you so much for taking it. Bless you.
Yeah, thank you. So all of you just take a comfortable position. You can sit, you can lie down. The only thing is like you're not allowed to sleep if you want to enjoy the meditation. So take your comfortable position and relax. Just relax. In this relaxed position, feel your third eye. Hmm? Your third eye, that is in between your eyebrows, where you put bindi or you put, in between your eyebrows. This is your third eye. Hmm? Just relax and concentrate on your third eye. Keep on breathing. Keep on breathing into your third eye. Allow your third eye to feel the breaths that you're taking now. Keep on. Keep on breathing and feel your third eye. Put your entire attention and your concentration on your third eye. Third eye is between your eyebrows on your forehead. And when you're into this third eye, feel the bright light. Allow your third eye to open up and feel the bright light into your third eye. It could be the light of silver, golden, white color, or you can feel any light that you can feel here. Keep on feeling your third eye. Feel the light. And when you feel the light, this is the light of your soul. Enter into that. And as you enter that light of soul, you will see you are around the light only. You are above your physical body and you will experience only and only light around you. Feel that light, the soothing light that is there inside you, in your third eye, in your forehead. This is a soul light. And when you are into a soul light, feel the calmness. Feel the calmness total and complete. And into this calmness with the soul, see the point, little consciousness of your soul coming with you above, from your third eye, from your forehead. It is coming above you up into the clouds. Go up into the clouds with your soul light. And when you go up into the clouds and you stand onto the cloud in a soul form now, you're completely connected to your physical body. Only the part of the soul light is going up into the cloud. And when you go up into the cloud, you will see a huge whiteboard in front of you. A huge whiteboard in front of you. So when you see this huge whiteboard, ask to yourself, ask your soul to answer you. Hmm? So this time, the question will be, what is my soul plan? The answer will be written on the board automatically. First thought, first impression, and the first feeling that you could feel or you could see onto the board. It could be one word, it could be one emotion, it could be a sentence. What is the soul purpose? Note down the answer. Now ask the second question. Am I on to my soul plan? The answer will be either yes or no. First thought, first impression, first feeling. Am I on to my soul plan? Note down the answer. And the last question, what can I do to complete my soul plan with ease and joy? The answer could be one word, one emotion, or a sentence. First thought, first impression, first feeling. And now, allow the whiteboard to go, and you will only feel the cloud, and there's a lot of white light around you, the group of soul energy that has come down onto the earth to help you. So just feel the light around you and bring back your empowerment, bring back your true self into your soul part that is there above, into the client, into the cloud. Collect yourself back, refill yourself. Entire universe is more than happy to give you a lot of empowerment, power, energy, love, trust, whatever is needed to complete your soul plan. Receive it from the universe. Allow that to come into the light of the soul. And bring back that back into your third eye. Come down, bring that back into the third eye. And now, with your breaths, allow it to expand into your entire body. From the third eye, it will expand into the entire body. Every time you need to feel, or every time you need to refill yourself, you can go there, take the energy from the universe, and you can come down. Integrate your soul light back into the third eye. And with each and every breath you're taking now, allow it to expand. Breathe into it. Feel your back, feel your shoulder, feel top of your head. Integrate, integrate, integrate. And open your eyes where you are right now. Bring back your awareness into the room. Open your eyes now. So whatever you've received as an answer from there, If you want, you can write down immediately, and anybody, if you like to share, you can do that.
I don't mind sharing my answer. The last question, the answer to the last question was, when I asked if I'm going correctly or whatever, I got a big yes. But can you repeat the third question, please? I'm trying to remember the answer.
Third question was, what can I do to complete my soul plan with love and joy? Or maybe with the ease and joy.
Ease and joy. Perfect. So the answer was, keep going. What you're doing is right now. That is the answer I got.
Beautiful. So this answers your doubts that you're completely onto the flow of the soul contract.
Sorry, out of the flow.
You're completely onto the flow.
Okay.
You're into the flow of the soul plan.
Super.
Doctor, actually, when you asked us to leave the body and ascend above the cloud, so that time I actually felt very fearful. Like, I don't know what's going to happen and all these things, doubt, fear, uncertainty, all the things gulped me. And I felt that fear until it came down to my body again.
Yes, so fear of unknown. So this is again the reason why you need to work, because we understand there has been a trauma. So you need to overcome that trauma. So again, it will be like, don't know what will happen. Don't know what will happen to my body here. Okay, and what you're doing, you're already negative towards the body. So the part of you, there's a polarity here. One part of you is fearful with what will happen. Another part is want to, sabotage that. So it is happening in the both the ways. So, work on yourself.
Okay. And when I asked that what I need to do, the third question, then I got the answer as forgiveness and kindness.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So kindness is first for your own self, then for others. Being
Yes.
kind to yourself first.
Yes.
And the kindness will come when you start forgiving. And again, forgiveness needs to be for yourself, for allowing the things to happen. And for you have to forgive for the people who has done to you.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, doctor.
Beautiful.
And I just want to big thank you a lot. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes. Yeah.
And Namita has shared.
Yeah.
So, Dr. Kirti, unfortunately, I'm not on my soul's path, which is coming as a surprise to me.
Okay.
So, like my idea of that was that I need to right now heal myself. I thought that's my soul's plan, to heal myself spiritually. But, the first answer that I got was to get married.
Beautiful. So that is again the soul plan. So your soul is asking you to get married now.
Well, I don't know what to do. This is completely strange.
Get married. You got the answer that you need to get married. So you have to choose a guy. If you have already chosen, move ahead in your life and take a step towards your marriage.
Are you
See,
sure?
marriage is something.
Right.
Namita, on a lighter note, move from heel clinic to shadi.com.
Or you can be at both the portals.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
No, but are you, no, on a serious note, like, are you sure like this answer was right for me, or I'm just imagining?
See, suppose if you are imagining, then why would you imagine something that was not there in your mind as a sole purpose at all? You need to think that is where the trust comes. You need to trust what has come up.
Yeah.
So
Well,
trust it. Just move forward. Big time. So try to feel the experience of feeling the wholeness, the wholeness of male and female energy coming together. Feel that. Maybe you're meant for that right now.
yeah, I got that as the answer to the last question that you said, no, that what I need to do. So it was, the merging of the masculine and the female energies.
Yes.
And through spirituality, it came to me. That's through spirituality. I don't know what that means.
Yes, so you will come to know when you'll take first step. Okay, when you start moving towards it, the more clarity will come to you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Food for
You're
thought.
welcome.
Yeah, Namita, just
Yeah.
ping me. If you have my number, just ping me separately. I'll send you a link for something on this male and female energies.
Okay. I thought you were going to send me shadi.com
No,
link.
no, 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 no. That was, like I said, on a lighter note.
Good.
Sometimes it's also possible that after marriage is where your soul path you start on, that you need that
Obviously.
marriage, you need that energy, or you need that person in your life to start.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
I'll do that, Deepti. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Chalo, thank you to everybody for being here. We're already way past time. So see you on Saturday now at 12 o'clock. And if anybody who wants to attend the program, if Dr. Kirti can speak for 2 minutes on the program, how will that be different from these group sessions that we have?
Yes. So the thing is, like, here we are doing meditations when we are trying to collect, uh, the topic is something that we are going to collect to ourselves. So when we had to question every time that how to integrate ourselves. So here when we are going through the 7-day course towards inner child healing, in this we are going to pick one topic and we are going to completely heal that inner child towards that topic. So every topic will have one intense inner child, one mild inner child, and one repeated inner child. So we'll try to cover all the three inner child in the intense way. So first is going to the root inner child. So for everyone, usually there will be three experiences to believe into that. So we'll try to tap into the root. So once the root is coming out, the things will automatically leave the body. So intensely, we are going to particularly dig into certain thing where we are going to remove it completely from the root and replace it with what is needed with the current time here. So it's going to be completely deeper and intense way of healing yourself through inner child healings here.
I hope that was clear. So we'll
Doctor, we'll be covering each one's, so everybody's inner child will be different, right? Even if it's guilt, the
Yes.
trigger points will be different. So will we be covering that in the workshop as well?
See, when the emotion is same, okay, so inner child could be at the different ages, but the emotion will be same. So you're going to particularly go to the inner child. Suppose if you talk about anger, so you will particularly go to the inner child that is actually angry. Okay. So when the anger is created in the body, there will be an underlying emotion towards it. So we are going to tap onto the anger. We are going to release the somatic charges of that is from the body. We are going to release the mental charges that is in the emotion form. And we are also going to remove the people who has created that. And also the exchange is going to happen here. So this is how we are going to work. So it's going to be completely into an intense way. So more here, what we are doing, we are completing in 5-10 minutes, 15 minutes. We are just going into the meditation, coming out. There, we are going to take minimum to minimum of 20 to 25 minutes, only and only for the healing, and it can extend to 30 to 35 minutes or 40 minutes, depending on what has come up into the group. And we are going to particularly try to understand, suppose anger, so we are going to understand why the anger, where it has been formed, why it has been formed, from whom it has been formed, which age it has been formed, what is the need of it, how it's serving you, how it is damaging you. So every way you're going to collect it back. So you're going to remove the charge towards it. So the major inner child will be healed in every topic that we are raising here. And as I told you, everyone can have similar experiences, or many people will have, when it comes to anger, there could be, many inner child and heavy and intense inner child towards anger. So, but we are going to cover to the root. So we are going to cover, it could be one or two, depending on how much you're open to receive and how much you're ready to release it out. But one inner child definitely in every topic, and that is going to be the root inner child here.
Noted. All right. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So we'll call it a night. Thank you so much, Dr.
Yes.
Kirti. And thank you everybody for being here.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.